Webinars. Yeah, babe. I did. Mm, mm. Go. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Hello, hello, Graham.
Hello, Jay. Hello. How are you? Oh, yeah, there we go. JJ, what's
Well,
up? Hello,
I
welcome, Lori,
thank you.
Ron, Viv. We're glad you're all here. Glad you decided to take some time today. We're just kind of trickling in. I'm going to give it a couple minutes for some people to roll in. I hope everybody's having an awesome day today. Everybody having a good day.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome. Hello, Viv.
Yep.
How are you?
Hey, hey. I'm going to be kind of sidestepping off to the kitchen a little bit. I'm listening in because
Yeah.
I have these mobile headphones so I can get dinner started.
Awesome.
But yep.
Perfect. Well, I'm
All
glad you're
right.
here. I'm glad you're here. Awesome. Cool, cool. Well, we'll give it a couple minutes to see if anybody else is trickle in. Again, I'm glad that you're all here. We're gonna be going into some super in-depth stuff on how to really capitalize on this Black Friday holiday season and creating content. But for myself, I'm all about putting that positivity into the world and how when you put that positivity out into the world it comes back to you. And since while we wait for people to kind of trickle in, if anybody else does trickle in, you guys get the benefits of getting that high level attention. But before that, I always like to kick off every meeting I have, even with my team and everything. We like to start with some form of gratitude or personal or professional win or something you're grateful for. And so I'll kick it off. I'm grateful for the ability to be able to be here with you all, and that you've taken the time out on this Monday evening to learn some of the things that I've gone through, so don't have to make those similar mistakes. And I'm super grateful to be able to do this business online and be surrounded by such amazing people like yourselves. So that's what I'm grateful for. We'll kind of go who was in what I saw in first on my list here. JJ, what is something that you're grateful for? Personal, professional win? Um,
Well, thank you, Graham. It's good to be here. And right off the bat, I'd just like to say that I'm grateful for the recovery meeting that I'm holding is a big success. And every
nice.
Wednesday night at 7 p.m., the Ripples of Recovery, it's turned out to be a huge success, and it's making a positive ripple in the world. So I'm grateful
I
for that.
love it. I love that. I love to hear that. It's all about that ripple. For sure. That's super exciting to hear.
Thank you.
Lori, uh, something you're grateful for, personal, professional win?
For me, I'd have to say entrepreneurship in general is something I'm grateful for. Um, because without it, this last half of the year would have been totally different. I literally cut off like my entire friend group
Mm-hmm.
for not being friends. Um, and I was graced with an amazing neurotransformation therapy community that really held me up and kept me going.
I love that. So grateful for entrepreneurship and they say that iron sharpens iron and we're all here to kind of learn from that. And so that is amazing. Welcome, Scott. We're just going around kind of doing something we're grateful for, personal professional wins. Viv, what do you got? Grateful for personal professional win?
Oh, so many things, so many things. I'm with Laurie on the entrepreneurship. I'm also down for just this whole virtual experience as you share, Graham. Just like I'm from Australia, I live in the US, so I can still connect to everybody across the globe, and I continue to grow that network all the time. And as you said, just having a message and being able to have that ripple effect, I think what Jeff said,
Mm,
um, we can make big waves all over the world doing this. So
I,
yeah, that's what I'm super grateful for. And woolly
most,
socks now that it's getting cold. I'm
yes.
grateful for woolly socks.
I love it. I love that. Awesome, Viv. Appreciate you being here. Ron, are you with us? Just listening in? Something you're grateful for? Personal, professional win? Let us know if you're here.
Can you hear
If
me?
oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm grateful for the opportunity to uh, hear you present whatever it is you're presenting because I respect you and your creativity and your business sense. Um, I'm just grateful for good health overall because with good health, you can go out and accomplish whatever you desire. Uh,
Mm.
and that's all I have for now.
I love it. Awesome, Ron. So true. Good health is that foundation. Allow us to do all these other things that we were talking about, entrepreneurship, connection, wool socks, all that good stuff. Uh, Scott, welcome. Glad you're here. Something you're grateful for, personal, professional win?
I'm grateful for my lovely wife sitting here beside me because without her, I would not have figured out how to get on this thing today. She somehow found it after me swearing at my computer for about 10 minutes. So appreciate that. And I'm with you on the health thing. It's most of my family's old, and it's when you get old, it sucks, and having your health is key. So
Most definitely. Well, we're grateful for your wife too, that she was able to get you on there and join us today. So awesome. I'm glad that you're here. Cool. Well, I appreciate you all sharing. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen if that's all right with you. Okay, this one here. Awesome. Can you guys all see that? Thumbs up. Good. Perfect. Cool, cool. So, we're here today for the connection to conversion pathway to unlock the path to double your client list in 90 days, turning connections into conversions using social media videos, really without needing a website or using ads. So, let's not waste any time. I appreciate you all being here. I value your time. So, let's jump right in. The big three things that we're going to be going over today are first, how to turn strangers into clients this Black Friday. Secondly, we're going to go over how to get started for the Black Friday season and then even beyond. And then third, how to scale it, how to scale those efforts. And as a bonus, going to avoid the number one pitfall that keeps people from getting started. So, my name is Graham Duval. I know a few of you here, most of you here actually. I'm going to be your mentor and instructor along this whole process. I've created this live training because I've seen too many business owners are really not seeing the growth that they want in their revenue. They feel uncertain about their ability to attract new clients, ultimately feeling unheard, especially in this new world of social media marketing, also known as they may feel like they're the best kept secret. So these are just some of the things that people have said about previous trainings I've done, all about the community, some big takeaways, love the service that we provide, have made an impact in their social content, which has made an impact in their business. So just when people pay, they pay attention. And so that's what I'm here to do. I hope you guys have some notes. Take some notes. There's a lot of valuable information that I've put together for you all to help you grow in that realm. So, a little background about myself. I've had an early passion for creating videos. I began crafting videos back in high school, really when the release of iMovie came out. So I'm dating myself a little bit there, which really sparked a lifelong interest in visual storytelling, where I earned some awards in school for video projects I did. And after high school, I actually went on to college for film studies. And that ended up transitioning into I'm also a musician. And so I ended up transitioning a little bit more into the music world and producing high quality videos for bands and musicians and people in the music industry, helping them grow their brands and book more shows and sell more albums. This is before the age of streaming. And so, I helped a few get to nominated by the New England Music Awards and other awards organizations. This experience, while extremely enriching creatively, it actually led me to the side of the music industry that is, it's littered with different substances and, oh, excuse me, my camera is a little weird here. Hold on. How do we get back to this? Anyway, hold on. So I got a new there we go. A webcam, and it's like hand controlled. It's weird. I'm still trying to figure it all out. So, but anyway, it, the music industry there's littered with those substances. There's that stereotypical kind of, darker side of the music industry, and I ended up letting that kind of take hold of me, and it led me down some not so great paths, but due to a series of eye-opening experiences, I realized that this life was very unsustainable. And I had a turning point, and I realized that there needed to be a significant life change. And so when like that happened in that moment of clarity, I embraced sobriety. I had recognized that I was on a precarious road and I needed some redirection. And so really surviving against all odds. I now lead, like we started this meeting, I lead a life filled with gratitude, which I really try to channel into every project that I undertake. And so I started using my skills that I had learned to create high quality videos for local businesses with a special emphasis on recovery communities and community programs, using my personal experience as like a driving factor to that. And the thing is I was producing single one-off projects for these businesses. And yeah, it was helping them bring people in the door and connect with people that they needed. Um, it was all good again until this, despite being extremely rewarding, my business started facing that feast or famine cycle. Because I was doing these one-off projects, I'd fulfill it, and then I'd have to find another client, and then I'd fulfill it, and then I have to find another client. And similarly to my other past, where I realized this life was unsustainable, I recognized that there needed to be a significant shift, and so I made a strategic shift in my business approach and how I attracted clients and started growing. And so that's where a lot of what today has come from. So, has anybody here felt that their business was not as sustainable or predictable as they would like? Anybody relate with that? Feel free to drop a one in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay, feel free to still comment, either live or replay. Leave a comment if you relate with this as well. Oh, we got someone coming in. Yeah, most definitely. Thank you. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate it. Yeah. So if you relate with this, maybe ask yourself some of these questions. Do I need a better understanding of how to market on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media? Should I be creating more engaging educational content, whether it's reels or posts, or am I struggling with motivation to get me going in the right direction when it comes to marketing? How do I create content that converts? How do I find where these paying clients are even hanging out so that I can generate content to excite them about working with me? How do I get more sales to capture a larger audience? How do I brand myself better? These are some of the questions that started going through my head as this process was happening. And so this is where the pathway kind of opened up. Initially, those traditional client acquisition methods like networking, cold outreach, they were falling short. It led to that kind of stagnant growth. However, everything changed when we started implementing the connection to conversion pathway, where there's this new approach that was game changer. We started rapidly propelling our business forward, hitting multi six-figure earnings within a year, significantly boosted our clients, our client list, and started getting results for our clients. And so this connection to conversion pathway, we're extremely passionate about this path, and having witnessed its incredible results firsthand, our commitment to transparency stands true. And so we here at Value Productions, we openly share every insight and strategy that has propelled us to where we are in this current situation. And so that's what we're going to go through here today, so that you can hopefully get similar results without making those same mistakes that I went through. And so this whole strangers to clients revolution, we understand that sometimes it's just that one crucial piece of insight that can be key. That's why we're going to be taking an in-depth look into all these different strategies. And my goal is to equip you with the tools that could be that turning point in your business, whether you're a beginner at social media, you're a seasoned online marketer. We want to equip you with those tools. So let me know in the chat if this would be helpful for you to help you equip with those tools. Drop a 1 in the chat. If you're watching live, watching the replay, comment your thoughts as well. Awesome. I appreciate it. Definitely glad that will be helpful. So at that point, like I mentioned, there had to be a shift in the sustainability, and this is where that connection to conversion pathway was born. We started scaling at a much faster rate. The process of acquiring clients was much smoother. We started getting to much more financial, location, time freedom. Clients were getting much better, more obvious results with clear ROI. Our referrals started skyrocketing. And then we also had tapped our best month to date, which also allowed us delivering amazing results. So the best part is that we weren't alone in all of this. And so these are some of the results that with some of the clients that we've worked with, saying it was amazing, we skyrocketed, and the sales in the company just skyrocketed. Or Ed here, the end result was exactly what they were looking for, which was more business. Or Daria here, I love when people come in because they've seen our content. So who is this training for? Well, this training, these might be some of the reasons why you might need that extra injection of cash right now. You know, the holiday season is coming. You want to give your family an amazing experience. You're covering year-end bonuses or gifts to show appreciation for your team. Maybe you're prepping for a quieter holiday season, as some client projects tend to pause around this time of year, or you're investing in upgrades or equipment so that you can hit the ground running in the new year, or you're taking care of year-end expenses or clearing out outstanding debts to close off the year on a clean slate, tackling unexpected bills that popped up, or maybe you ready to hire that dream coach that you've been wanting to work with to start the new year off strong. And this is definitely for people who are open to fostering a winning mindset and those who want to learn from experience to avoid those common pitfalls so that they can achieve success. Who is this training not for? Well, it's not for beginners. It's okay if you're a beginner on social media. That's what we're trying to help with here today, but not necessarily in your trade or skill. You've got to have an offer that as a business. This is not for someone who's resistant to adopting new knowledge or following guidance. It's not for people who are indifferent to achieving freedom in location, finances, or time. This is not for someone who's content with remaining in a stagnant and unfulfilling situation. It's definitely not for someone who's not interested in increasing their income or financial gains. And it's definitely not for anyone who's open to maintaining the mindset that focuses on limitations rather than possibilities. So, why is it important to turn a stranger into a client? Well, if you don't learn this process, your revenue will plateau. You'll lose clients to your competition. If you don't learn this process, you'll be spinning your wheels wondering what is wrong with your business. I know this, all these things. I've been here. I've been in all of these questions. If you don't learn this process, you're going to wonder, we talked about entrepreneurship before. Is this even the right path for you? You'll ask yourself, are you even good at what you do? Maybe your family might tell you you need more consistency in like a job. Like you might have to go back to that 9 to 5 that doesn't appreciate you. Um, I know these things have all crossed my mind. And so, are we ready to take action and learn about the process? Let me know in the chat if you guys are ready to learn, because I'm super pumped that you are all here. And so, the things that we're going to be going through, like I mentioned, is how to turn strangers into clients this Black Friday, how to get started for the Black Friday season and beyond, how to scale, and that bonus of avoiding the number one pitfall. So, first, how to turn strangers into clients this Black Friday. So, what we're going to talk about is the value chain. So, this right here is the value chain. This is what any successful business, this is the process that they take to turn a stranger from a stranger into a client. And even if it's not into a client, into a raving fan that's going to share your business with other people. It starts with your offer. Let me know in the chat, or what is everybody's current offer? Do you like, who is your ideal client? What do you offer them? What kind of get a gauge for the room here? Like what is everybody doing? What do they offer their clients? See some comments in the chat. Make sure you're all with me here. Because I know when I first started, I was, like I mentioned, I was doing a lot of those one-offs, those single-off projects, and my services were what I was what I was offering to people. That's how I like tried to sell it. The thing is it's very inconsistent, it's unpredictable, there's low repeat business, there's no opportunity for the upsell. Viv, awesome. Women 40 plus feeling overwhelmed or stressed and tired, help them calm stress, say yes to themselves. I love that. Okay, loving seeing the offer. See, this is great. I'm glad to see this, because when I started, my services were what I offered people. High ticket entrepreneurs, neurotransformation therapy. Love it. Drop a one if you can relate to doing those one-offs. It seems like you guys kind of have some things dialed in. Does anybody relate to doing those one-offs, like type stuff? Anybody? Cool. Well, what I learned was that your offer is not your services. Your offer is the results that you help your clients get. It's it's the transformation that we can provide to the client. It's not just the service that we provide. Even as offering a service, thinking about what that transformation is that we can provide them. So, what is your offer? It's essentially like the giant digital neon sign that we have online that's like, "Hey, I'm open for business." That is what we want our offer to stand out as. And the transformation is what helps with that. And so, the way the reason that the offer is your guiding light is because, okay, think of this famous basketball coach. He's like coached tons of teams to the championships, won a bunch of awards. He decides to go off and he's retired from the NBA, go off to do a program. He starts his program and his offer is dunk a basketball in 4 weeks guaranteed. So again, your offer, the transformation, dunk a basketball in 4 weeks guaranteed. And then it's super attention grabbing, like a neon sign would be online. And so that's going to make people line up the door of being like, hey, I want to learn how to dunk a basketball. And so he's got this major line out the door, like people wanting to dunk a basketball. And so the first person in line is he's this guy. He's like 6'5", he might have played ball in college. It's been a few years since he graduated, but he was on the college team. He's got a family now. He hasn't been to the gym in a little while. And the coach looks at him and he's like, or the guy, the 6'5" guy is like, I've always wanted to dunk a basketball. And the coach looks at him and says, okay, I think if I run you through our 4-week program, I'm confident that I can guarantee you to dunk a basketball. He takes him into the program. The second guy in line is my great uncle, who's 5'3", had 2 knee replacements, smokes a pack a day. He sees this offer and he's like, "Oh man, I've always wanted to dunk a basketball. I definitely want to go dunk a ball." And so he gets in line, and the coach kind of looks at him and is like, "Okay, so we won't be able to necessarily guarantee the dunking of a basketball, but I promise you, if you run through our 4-week program, you will be in the best shape of your life. You'll be on the court playing some ball." And so he takes him in this kind of custom side of things. So the key takeaway of that is that like knowing who you're talking to, having the transformation, and making sure that it's extremely attention grabbing. And that's going to guide the rest of what we're doing here in the value chain, because now the next piece is we need to bring more awareness to what it is that you're offering. We need to bring more awareness to that transformation. So let's see, drop a 1 in the chat if you feel like your business, you need more awareness. Is there anybody here who needs more awareness on what it is they offer? Okay, got a couple people. If you're watching the replay, love to hear any comments you have. Need more awareness on your business. So when I first started, I was, like I said, I was doing many of those one-off conversations. I was trying to give tips and value to people because I always hearing people say, give tips and value. And I was trying to have all these single conversations with people. And again, it's not scalable. It's extremely tiring and draining to have 7 conversations with 7 different people in one day. I wasn't always meeting the most qualified people. Again, it was very unpredictable. There's low repeat business, and there was no opportunities for the upsell. And so, has anybody here experienced something similar where you're trying to do all these conversations to grow your business, and they're not always the most qualified people? Yeah, I totally get that. So, how do we gain attention? We live in a world today where there is a huge opportunity as far as gaining more attention on social media. all of the major social platforms want that vertical video, that short form piece of content, high quality, high value, so that you can post one vertical video across all the major social platforms. And that's a lot of eyeballs on your business. So the way that we gain attention is with short form video content. The way that the algorithms push it out is that it pushes it out to strangers. And so knowing who your ideal audience is, knowing what your offer is, and creating short form content is going to build more awareness. Um, the best way is not necessarily talking one to one and just giving away free tips, but instead talking one to many and highlighting the pain points of your audience that they're experiencing. So if we're creating short form videos, people are much more averse to um, removing themselves from pain versus going towards a dream result. So, like a very extreme analogy, someone's going to be much more open for you to remove a knife out of your leg versus telling you, hey, this is how you don't get stabbed in the leg with a knife. They're going to be much more open to listening if they're got a knife in their leg and they're like, hey, how do I get rid of this? Versus like, okay, these are the steps to take to not get stabbed by a knife, you know? And so if we can think about that when we create our content, it's going to connect with people on a much deeper level, and it's going to drive more awareness to what it is that you're offering. So just because that we're creating content and it's going out to strangers, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're just going to get a bunch of clients from that. We still got to take them through the whole rest of the phase of this process. You know, this is the process that every successful business owner goes through. We've just kind of translated it to social media. We're not reinventing the wheel or anything here. So drop a 1 in the chat if you feel like maybe you've got some awareness on your business. You need more leads, though, to grow your business. You've got a lot of awareness, but you just need those leads. To everybody saying, I need more leads. That's the thing that we need. We need more leads. Yeah. Okay. I get that. Qualified leads for sure. So when I first started, leads came from friends, they came from family, from networking, word of mouth. But again, unfortunately, it's very unpredictable. It's not always qualified, like we just saw in the chat. It's not always scalable. It's very time consuming to go through finding leads that way after we've generated a bunch of awareness. Drop a 1 in the chat if you've ever asked friends or family for a referral to get more leads. I know when I first started my business, that's how I got like my first client, was just bugging the heck out of my parents to connect me with someone to get a client. Most definitely. Most definitely. So how do we generate leads? So we've got these short form videos that are going out, grabbing attention. The way that we get them to engage is, I've learned that it's not just about giving the free tips and telling them how to, remove that knife out of the leg, but actually acknowledging those pain points. And then at the end, having a call to action, asking them who wants more help or assistance. So if we have a short form video, having some sort of call to action to either DM us or comment or something to get them to move them along the next step of the journey, not just posting to post and spray, but the structure of helping them overcome those pain points and ending with a strong call to action is going to help them move along. And again, so we generate awareness. It's going out to a bunch of strangers. These strangers are seeing your videos. They're starting to build up some trust. We've got a strong call to action that they're commenting. A lead just means it's a way for you to reach out to someone. So if they comment, you now have a way to reach out to them. If they DM you, you now have a way to reach out to them. Drop a 1 in the chat if you feel like, though, you have bad leads. Anybody heard that term from people? I got a ton of leads, but I got bad leads. I know that when I first started, I thought, I was new to entrepreneurship. I just thought if you got a lead, they were going to become a client. That was just like, if someone sent me an email introduction with someone that was like, hey, this person wants to talk to you, I just thought that person was automatically going to become a client. But that's not the case. There's a lack of trust there. It's again unsustainable. You maybe unqualified people. We need to build that trust. So, have you ever gotten that call where someone who wasn't qualified to work with you and you felt like it was a waste of time? You set up a Zoom call. Yeah, most definitely. You're like, man, why did you even set up a call? And so I totally get it. I've been there. So what we found was we learned that the only leads that don't buy are the ones that aren't nurtured. And so the way that we nurture these leads is with some longer form pieces of content, something that is going to help them solve that first initial problem that is preventing them from working with you. Because if you solve that first problem, ultimately that's going to create another problem. And that's where your program or your product or service comes in and solves. So we've got a bunch of short form going out, which we're helping people in 30 seconds go get rid of those pain points. We've got a strong call to action that says DM us the word leads, and we'll send you a free training on how to X, Y, and Z. And so they DM you. We send them a longer form piece of content. And so you think about it, the short form videos, they're going out to strangers. Have you ever walked up on a stranger in the street? They're only going to give you 15 to 30 seconds of their time anyway. And so they consistently see some of your stuff show up. They're now more willing to give you more of their time and give you 5 minutes to watch a short form video. And that's where you can nurture these people to then be ready to buy. And so what we found is the sales are in the follow-up. It's all about the follow-up. 40%, these statistics, when I found these out, it was mind-blowing. It opened up a whole new door for me that 44% of salespeople give up after one follow-up attempt. That's just wild. 92% of salespeople give up after no sales on the fourth call. 60% of customers, though, have said that they say no 4 times before they even say yes. And then 80% of sales are made between the 5th and the 12th contact. So if these salespeople, I don't know how they're sustaining a business. If they're stopping after one attempt, they're giving up after 4 times, but most people say yes on the 5th. It's mind-blowing. The sales are in the follow-up. Always follow up with value. Use your content to follow up. There's the 3 F's of follow-up. Follow up, follow back, and follow through. Your digital assets are there to build a relationship. Your content is a digital asset that can use to provide value and help build that relationship. So it's like DM us the word X, and then send you a free training on whatever. And then it also builds trust and accessibility. So it's all about the follow-up. And so once you send them the long form video, in that long form video, usually having some sort of link or option to book a time on your calendar. And so then at that point, you get them into the sales conversation. They've seen a bunch of your short form stuff. They've actually taken action to DM you or comment. So you're self-cycling them or self-filtering them through. Then they've seen some of your long form content. Then they finally book a sales conversation with you. They've already done a lot of action before they get to a sales conversation with you. So you know that they're going to be a little bit more qualified. And so you have the sales conversation. Then this is all your guys' time to shine. You fulfill on that transformation that you had in your offer. And then after that, there's the opportunity for either an upsell or a referral. But then most importantly is getting the testimonial video, which you can then reinsert back into that awareness content, because now you've got a testimonial from someone, and Mrs. Jones now sees a video of Mrs. Smith and she's like, oh, I love that, and so now she gets more excited about it. That drives more attention. She comments, it generates more leads. Then you nurture them with some longer form content. And now you've got a whole system that self-filters people through using short form videos, social media, and long form content that's going to help you scale your business. And eventually you can start automating this whole process where you've got the videos going out, you've got the automations sending the DMs, you've got automations booking calendars and following up with people. But when I first started with this process, someone would comment, I would go in there manually, comment back, send them the thing manually. Same thing with the DM. They would DM, I would go in there, I'd send them the video manually, until it got to a point where I could automate this stuff. So that's how we are going to turn a stranger into a client for this Black Friday season: is awareness, lead generation, nurturing. So how are we going to get started for this Black Friday season to actually get started with this process? So how do we do that? Well, when I first started, I would just create videos that I wanted to make. I just made them thinking that they would perform well, but unfortunately, that wasn't helping me get more clients. I was just making videos to make videos. Uh, who here has made videos but didn't get any clients from it? Drop a one in the chat if anybody has ever made a video, it didn't produce any sort of client. Yeah, I totally relate that. I've done that. I've been there. So the key piece, like what we were mentioning before with the coach, the first step is identifying who your ideal client is. You've got your transformation, really going in depth into who your ideal client is. What is that dog whistle messaging that makes you, that to them just stands out, just like a dog whistle? Only the dog can hear it. What is that? Those things that in your content, only when they hear it, it perks their ears up and it helps them get over those pain points that we were talking about. So asking yourself, this is a way to kind of dial that in, is which of your clients that have paid you the most, and that were the least amount of headache. That can be a great place to start. If you've had some like sporadic clients here and there, which like person or group of people were, they paid you the most amount of money, and it was the least amount of headache to work with. That could be a great place to look more in depth of like, who was that person, and really go in depth on like the characteristics of that type of person. Doesn't mean you can't help other people, but when you have an arrow, it's going to cut through everything else, and people will start to get attracted to that. Some other ways to come up with video ideas is, once you have that idea, that ideal client or your dog whistle messaging, Google, type in some of the top questions that like, type it into Google, like, what are these top questions that they ask? And if you go to Google, it'll give you like questions that other people are asking. And if you expand the question and then just keep going down and expanding each one, it'll just keep expanding. Like, there'll be a little arrow and you click it and open it and then close it, click it, open it. And then what was 4, it'll now be like 10. And then if you get down to 10, it'll just keep going and give you a huge list of what other people are asking when based on what you searched. Another great place is YouTube comments. Finding people who are similar in your niche, who may have similar client base of you. They are like these big creators, and so like there's going to be people who are commenting questions about whatever it is that they're posting. And some of these big dogs, they can't keep up with all of that. But if you can go in, find that question, and you can create a video answering that question, now you're kind of hacking that audience, because now that person who had a question that's not getting answered by that creator, they're going to come to your page and start watching your stuff. And so if you keep doing that, you start kind of hacking other people's audiences. Another great place is answerthepublic.com. This is a site that you, in the free version, you only get like, I think 2 or 3 searches a day. But what it'll do is you can type in like keywords of your ideal client, and what it'll do is it'll give you a whole list of the top questions that people are searching for under that. Under that. Shoot, I had some people join in. Sorry, they'll give you a whole list of questions that those people are asking, and so you can pull questions from there as well. So when I first started, I was creating videos one day, set down every day. This just took way too much time. I'd set up, I'd shoot a video, I'd sit down, and that was my video for the day. Then the next day I would do it again, and then that was how I shot content. Who here has been held back from creating content because you just don't have enough time? Anybody here? Not enough time to create content. That's why they don't. Yeah, I totally get that. So it's all about batching. Batch, batch, batch. I cannot stress it enough. When I decided to start batching my content, it was so much more efficient. You spend an hour, go write your ideas. Then spend an hour kind of scripting them together with your bullet points. Then spend an hour filming it. It's so much. And now you've got a month's worth of content right there. So batch everything. It's so much easier, more time efficient. And then when you're scripting, we go through this process. It's about the hook is the most important piece of your entire video. You have 3 to 5 seconds to grab someone's attention. And so a good hook is either a bold statement, then a qualifying question, or a qualifying question, then a bold statement. And so, for example, if I was making a video on how to create better videos, I may say, bold statement, you suck at creating videos. Then qualifying question, do you want to learn how to create better videos? That's a hook. Or I might say, are you looking to create better content? That's a qualifying question. Then watch this video to learn the top 3 tips. Bold statement. So that's a simplified way to create hooks. There's so much other ways to do it. There's reverses, but to at least get you started, that's how you can start creating hooks. When I first started, I would create videos where I was using the selfie style camera, so that I could actually see myself in the video. Although those were all right, they didn't look as professional or really match the image that I was looking to portray, especially to my dream clients, high quality business owners. Here I am with a selfie style video, not so great quality. Anybody here relate with that? The selfie style, so you can see what you're doing. Anybody relate with that? Yeah. So this is how we can instantly improve the quality of your videos with a lighting setup that is a couple $100 in Amazon. I didn't include it in here, but real quick, would it be valuable to you guys? I have like a list of like some of the, I think it's like a couple $100 for this setup. If I dropped the list in the group chat, would that be valuable to you guys to have that Amazon list? Awesome. Cool. I'll let me just make a note of that real quick. I'll put that in the chat. But when setting it up, you have your camera in front of you using this camera, and then having some sort of key light off to the side, either 45 degrees pointed at you. It doesn't matter which side, just as long as it's camera and cent and then 45 degrees off to the side, pointing directly at you. If you don't have a key light, I even try to have done it with the sun, where I'm outside, I'll look for the sun, and then I'll be like, okay, the sun's coming this way, it's 45 degrees, my camera's facing this way. And then having some sort of light facing you for a backlight, direct opposite side of your key light. So I've got a light back here separating me, and then having some sort of colored light pointed up back directly at the wall behind you. That's going to give it like a cool colored background. Like I said, for a couple $100 on Amazon, you can instantly improve the quality of your content. Bonus if you get neon signs or some stick lights on the edge. Those are just extras. But for a basic key light, backlight, and some colored lights, you will increase the quality of your videos. I can guarantee it. When I first started, I would just take those videos that I would post with the selfie, and I would just post them right to social media without adding anything engaging. And I was wondering why I wasn't getting a good response. Anybody here post a video without editing it first, right to social media? Yeah, most definitely. I see you. I've been there. I have done it. I totally get it. So these are some of the free editing softwares that you can use. My top recommendation is CapCut. It is definitely the best free one out there. If anybody's ever edited on TikTok, it's probably the closest to being similar to the TikTok style. They do have a paid version that you get a bunch of extra features, but I wanted to show some free versions. These are some other good ones. Video Leap is decent. Filmora is decent. I highly recommend CapCut, though. It is definitely the best one out there. And you want to make sure that you're adding captions to your videos. 90% of people start watching a video on mute. And so if you have your strong hook and you have a caption, then you can grab their attention and then they'll turn on the audio. So that's where the editing comes in. And ultimately having, if you can, and you want to spend the time, adding some sort of engaging element every 3 to 5 seconds. We live in a world, people's attention spans have gone down to goldfish. And so it's really every 3 to 5 seconds having something change. It doesn't have to be like a B-roll clip on top, but like whether it's a cut or like a quick zoom in or, a little graphic on screen, something that just like keeps people being like, oh, yeah, I'm still here. So, and then posting it. We live in a world where we can, like I mentioned, we can take that one video. There's so many places that we can post it and get that engagement. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And there's a lot of people that it's like, so hashtags and like all this stuff. And the strategy is helping them overcome their pain points. If you focus on your ideal client and you help overcome the pain points, it doesn't matter. You're going to get people coming to your page. You're going to get people engaging. I've had clients who've gone viral and have gotten no business. I've had clients who've done things like this where they weren't doing like all these trends and like focusing on the pain points and stuff like that. Maybe got a few 100,000 views around there, and they were getting clients. So it's not always about the vanity metrics. It's about focusing on the processes and the actual client pain points. So far we've gone over how to turn strangers into clients this Black Friday, how to get started with creating content so that you can start for this Black Friday and continue in this process beyond. So how can you scale this up? So anybody ever felt like this in this whole process before? Just like, how am I, what are you even talking about, Graham? Why are you even talking about all this stuff and videos, this and social media, that? So how do we scale this up? So if you want to build your team, there's some benefits to building your team in this process. You may stay up to date with some of the changing technology or camera gear, things like that. Maybe you have a specific copywriter for the scripting, or you find a freelancer to do some of the editing, or you hire a specific social media manager to do the posting for you. But now you've got a whole team that now, as a business owner, you have to manage this whole team of people doing these 4 different things while still managing your business. So like you build a team of an editor, you've got someone doing posting, you've got someone doing the topics for you, you've got someone like a friend, a family, or a freelancer doing the video side of it for you. That's 4 people right there. Or you can have someone assist you who's going to help with all of it. A one-stop shop place, which is actually what we do here at Valued Productions. We're a one-stop shop where we'll handle the editing, the posting, the topics, the shooting. We cover that all. So those are a couple of the different options of how you can grow your team and scale this up so that you can then implement the value chain with your content, helping dial in your offer, having your awareness, content, your lead generation, then nurturing, helping get into the sales conversation, then you guys fulfilling on your promises, which I know you are all amazing business owners, and then helping with testimonials to grow your business. So that is how you can scale up this process, is building a team around each of the sections so that it alleviates it off your plate. And that, like that whole batch thing that I talked about, that you basically just need to show up on the days that are being filmed. So we went over how to turn strangers into clients this Black Friday, how to get started for the Black Friday season with content creation, how to scale it up. And so we're going to go over the bonus, how to avoid the #1 pitfall. But I'd love to hear, you guys have been on here for a while now. I appreciate you so much for staying around. What is everybody's biggest takeaway? Like, what are the areas that you're going to put more focus on after today? I'd love to hear it in the chat. We've gone through a bunch of information. What is everybody's biggest takeaway? What areas are you going to put more focus in? I'd really appreciate it. I mean, your experience is going to help the next person, because we're going to dial in on the things that I get feedback from you guys. And so like, what stood out most that you realize, like I said, sometimes it's just that one piece of information is like, oh, and then that's the thing that makes it click. And now you're starting to see successful results. I know I've been to a bunch of different workshops where I've heard the similar things over and over again, until one time I heard the same thing. I'm like, oh, that's how they do it. I totally get it. Uh, Tighten up the hooks and the tension, then follow up. I love that, Viv. Yes. The key is the follow up. And the beauty with short form content is it's the thing that gets that engagement. It builds that connection. And then you've got the pathway to the conversion. Not done much personal video, but yeah. Yeah, I totally get that, Lori. And then we'll have the replay too, so you can reference this after too. Pain points. Yes, most definitely. Stronger hook. The hooks are where it's at. It's the thing that's going to get them to stop the scroll. And so the #1 pitfall, I appreciate all your feedback, by the way. This is very helpful and helping the next person and everything like that. So the #1 thing that really keeps people from getting started, any guesses on the #1 thing that keeps people from getting started? Any guesses? Anybody? What to post? So that's a good one. That's close. Faceless reels. Yeah, yep. So the one thing that I've seen a lot of is, mindset. That's probably closest, Viv, for sure, is the overcoming the imposter syndrome. I know when I first started video posting out into the vast social media world, is why would someone listen to me? Like, I'm new at business. I've been doing video forever, but I'm new at business. Like, why would someone listen to me? But the thing is you just need to start it. As long as you're one step further along than your audience, you're going to succeed. And all of you here as business owners are one step further along than the people that you're looking to connect with. And so you have something that they want, that they can find value in, that they can build trust in, that there's connection there. And it's true connection through that. Because of this, I totally get it. It can be very overwhelming. It seems like a lot. There's a lot of like what to do and whatnot. I do have something special for you. You guys have made it this far, to help with the overcoming imposter syndrome and just like getting started, and being able to start creating content. I've got a free gift that I want to leave you all with, that if you go to my Instagram and DM me the word hooks, you'll see how that automation works, that similar that I was just talking about before. And I'll send you a list of our top 50 fill in the blank hooks that we've been able to compile over the years that we've seen work great. So this is a QR code that if you want to scan, it'll bring you right to my Instagram, and then just DM me, DM me hooks, and I'll send you the Google Doc of all the list. And it's like, there's fill in the blanks. And so it'll be like top 3 things, insert ideal client about, pain. And so all you have to do is fill them in. So go do that. And that's 50. And I can assure you that if you start on one, and then by the time you get to that 50th one, your imposter syndrome will be out the window. You'll incrementally and be improving each one, and you'll feel so much better on the 50th one than you did on the first one. So appreciate you all joining me, but because you've made it this far, I have something super special. Could I show you guys what it's like to implement this process and really start attracting clients this Black Friday season? Is that all right with you guys if I kind of show you what that's like to implement this whole process for this Black Friday season? Is that cool with you guys? Put a yes in the chat if that's cool, if I share what it's like to implement this whole process. Yeah, cool with you guys. I appreciate you. You guys have made it this far, and I see you taking notes and everything. It's super awesome. I'd like to introduce you to the Black Friday Content Profit Push. This is going to generate 3 ready-to-buy leads per day without stressing over content creation or social media. So maybe your Black Friday marketing plan is actually costing you leads instead of generating them. This is a done-for-you system that's designed to make Black Friday your most profitable yet. So some of the reasons why most Black Friday campaigns actually fail is because there's copycat strategies, oversaturation, lack of tailored messaging, over-reliance on ads that actually can waste money without results. And then just like content creation can feel extremely overwhelming and time-consuming. So this is where the Black Friday Content Profit Push comes in. It's a done-for-you content system that's going to generate leads on autopilot. It starts with the Black Friday buyer messaging. So we're going to create messaging that speaks directly to your ideal clients and helps drive immediate action. So to effectively get leads who are ready to buy, we're going to help dial in that Black Friday buyer messaging that will speak directly to your ideal client. So we're going to then create your scripting so that you'll never not know what to say when creating videos or even any other marketing material. So what we've seen is our clients, to produce an immediate ROI, they plug that messaging into their scripting, into their marketing in general, and they see an increase in 3 to 4 leads per week right away. So that's the first step in the process, is the Black Friday buyer messaging. Then there's the done for you Black Friday publisher. So with your Black Friday buyer messaging and scripting, we then use the Black Friday publisher to generate quality content that produces clients automatically. So what you get is 10 professional social media ads or vertical videos, however you want to split them up. These are designed to capture attention, drive engagement, and ultimately turn viewers into leads. You're also going to get one conversion-focused nurture video that's created specifically designed to guide your audience from that interest to action, leading them to book a call or make a direct purchase, depending on your process. You're also going to get all done for you video editing, high quality editing, tailored to your brand, ensuring every piece of content is polished, professional, and on point. We're always on the cutting edge of different editing techniques. Then the Black Friday content dispatcher. So armed with your Black Friday buyer messaging, your client generating videos, you can now load up the Black Friday content dispatcher that will produce an extra 3 new leads who are genuinely excited to speak about your offer every day. Not only will you wake up to new leads ready to buy every day, but we've seen our clients saving 5 hours per week having this system publish content and nurture leads on autopilot. What would that be worth for you if you had an extra 5 hours a week to actually focus on revenue generating activities in your business? What would you do with that time? So the Black Friday content profit push, it's 4 simple phases that we're going to implement. Phase 1 is about days 1 through 7, where we work on the Black Friday buyer messaging. Phase 2 is days 7 through 14, the content production and the publisher installation. Phase 3 is days 14 to 21, where we put out the dispatcher and the automations, and those are publishing your content. And then phase 4 is day 21 and beyond, where we're going to optimize and scale this whole process. So everything that you're going to get when you join is you get a private one-on-one call with me to create your Black Friday buyer messaging. You get 10 professional social media ads and vertical videos designed to capture attention and drive engagement, turning viewers into leads. You get one conversion-focused video to guide your audience from interest to action, leading them to either book a call or make a purchase, depending on what your sales process is like. You get high quality, done for you editing tailored specifically to your brand, ensuring that every piece of content is polished and that we're on the cutting edge of editing techniques. You also get the Black Friday content dispatcher, so you don't have to post a single piece of content, and that it is armed with built-in DM automations to ensure that not a single engagement is missed. And then you also get private one-on-one communication access to me for 4 weeks to answer any of your questions on growing marketing online with social media. Anything you have as far as questions, you get direct access to me. And then we get one post-campaign optimization call so that we can review the results and see how everything went. So you can reserve your spot today for the Black Friday content profit push. Black Friday buyer messaging. We've had clients pay us $5,000. It's $1,600 for the Black Friday content profit push. And so if all this did was find 3 warm leads per day for you, would it be worth it? If all it did was help you to share your message with more people, would it be worth it? Or if all it did was have essentially a sales team working for you while you sleep to sell your offer, would it be worth it? So some of the things that others have been saying about implementing the strategies we've taught is that this is one of our clients that when working with us, we had a couple hundred followers, now almost 20,000 followers. The more visibility, it builds credibility, and you put the two together, you get profitability. It did bring people in because it showed our character and they got to know us personally through the videos. This is more 5-star reviews of just working with some of these clients, saying it's game changer. So some of the other benefits of the Black Friday content push is that if you're really looking to accelerate these results plus save $400, I have a one-time offer for you. Is that okay if I give that one-time offer? We've got bonus number 1. This is the social media ghostwriter, which can ultimately save you $800. If you pay the bundle in full for $1,200, our team will personally script all your videos done for you to craft the messaging that's made to convert. You'll receive scripts that are geared to connect with your ideal clients to help them overcome their pain points and reach their desired outcomes. So this service alone is worth $400. So you ultimately save $400 by paying up front versus the weekly installment investment. So also, to guarantee that your videos are perfectly dialed in, you can save $500. This extra one-time no-brainer offer for you is bonus number 2, the virtual video producer. So if you sign up before December 2nd, I'll personally help you produce all your videos virtually through Zoom. You'll get professional director support with performing all your scripts, dialing in your vocal tonality, body language, making sure that you're in frame so that you don't have to do retakes. On average, this service saves our clients 2 to 3 hours, so that this service alone is worth $500, and we can throw it in if you sign up by December 2nd to help you move faster along this journey. These are some of the other results of implementing this specific Black Friday content profit push, where we post 10 videos. I have the offer, I send it out. Now I'm getting messages come in, paid, good to go. Let's get started. And so if you want to have an exclusive offer, really, if you invest in the regular program, the Black Friday content profit push, you'll receive everything you need to generate 3 leads a day. The 11 videos, the automations, messaging foundation. But this exclusive offer, if you're looking to pour fuel on the fire, I've got this exclusive offer, the bonus number 3, which is VIP access, where you can save $1,500 with our manufactured fame system. This is ultimately to pour gasoline on the fire. This is why I've got this picture here. With the manufactured fame system, we're going to launch and run your paid ad campaigns so that you can build an audience of pre-qualified prospects who are genuinely interested in what it is that your expertise is, and interested in learn about what it is you offer. You will immediately get your new social media leads to know, like, and trust you. And the best part is you can do it for $3 per day. So this literally means that we can manufacture fame, trust, and nurture with thousands of people on a budget, even if you don't have a brand and your social audience is smaller than most people's family reunions. So really, even if you have no followers, this bonus will grow an audience for you. So we can implement this with that. So this is one of my favorite quotes here by Jim Rohn. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So the way I see it, the real question is it worth investing in yourself to learn the framework and systems worth generating an extra 3 leads a day and making more sales this Black Friday? A great deal for the Black Friday content push would be $5,000, or even for the general public would be $3,000. But because you are all here, all those watching the replay, you guys are super special to me. Today, the Black Friday content push, just $400 today. Then is 3 payments of 400. You get the Black Friday buyer messaging, the done for you Black Friday publisher, the Black Friday content dispatcher. This is essentially implementing the entire value chain. And so now, really, you have two options. The first option is do nothing and then continue getting the results that you've been getting. Or the second option is you can invest in yourself, learn these processes to make money, and deeply impact the people that need your superpowers. So, delaying action could mean missing out on that freedom, that business growth you desire. So, don't be among those who regret waiting too long to seize this transformative opportunity. And most importantly, I've got a fast action bonus. This is, you guys are seeing this first here because we're going to send this out to our email list, all the people who've shown interest, all the people who we've connected with. They're going to all see the replay of this. And so you're seeing it first, our fast action bonus, that for the first 3 people that sign up for this content profit push, they're going to get a free 30-minute coaching session with me to personally review what you're currently doing, answer any questions, and help you set a plan for what you're doing. So this can be during the 4 weeks that we're working together, or you can save it for after we've implemented some stuff and you want to use this coaching session as like a continuation of some sort. You get a free 30-minute coaching session where we'll help you with anything that you're looking help with and help you create a plan. So get started now with the Black Friday content profit push, just $400 today, and then it's 3 payments of 400 after that. So ultimately, what happens next is I'm going to drop a link in the chat, and if anybody wants to get started on that, we will. You can just go ahead and get started, and yeah, next thing is any Q&A. Is there any questions that anybody has? Anybody have any questions? Key takeaways. Any questions? Scott, what do you got? Any questions? Amber, is Amber still here? No, she left. I'm pulling up the link here. If anybody is looking for the link, give me a second. My thing logged out due to the being on here. Copy link. Where's my chat? Here's the link. If you get started with the first payment, then we'll go ahead and schedule your onboarding and get you started right in phase 1 ASAP. And then we'll talk about everything else on the onboarding. If there's any questions, let me know. Scott, any questions? Regan, welcome. I see you here. Ron, Viv, a lot of info. Yeah, definitely. We'll have the replay too up here as soon as everything processes. But you guys definitely you get the fast action bonus first look. So once it all processes, we are going to send it out to our list first to the people who registered. We had a bunch of people register who didn't show up today. So it'll go out to them first. I think there's like 30 people. They'll get first opportunity. And then it'll go out to our list. And so once the first 3 people in, then that you guys get the first look at that. So yeah. And then also too, I know Scott, you're already part of it. But as a thank you for people who stayed and who are here, if you haven't had a chance to join our community yet, I'd love for you to join our community. We've got a bunch of great resources in there. It's a bonus for anybody who is looking to help with some of this stuff. It's not as in-depth as what we would do in the content profit push, but here, let me drop the link for anybody who has not joined our community yet. I'll also drop the link in the replay right below this video. So any questions? I appreciate you all being here today, taking the time out on a Monday to learn how to grow using social media, using video content. Again, thank you so much. I'm here to stay till there's any questions. If there's anything, awesome. Viv, Regan, any questions? Again, thank you all for joining. Awesome. I'm going to stop sharing. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And let me know if you have any questions, and we will talk to you soon.